This is episode 22 of Give Me a Chance, and it is your host speaking, Vittoria. Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Give Me a Chance. Well, this week I'm turning a year older, so to mark the occasion I thought it was a good idea to share with you an extra long, extra special interview this week. Our guest for today, Chara, got the chance to change her life a few times, and she has also given others the chance to change theirs, as she strongly believes that everybody deserves a second chance at life. Let's go listen to Chara's story. Hi Chara! Welcome to Give Me a Chance. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. I'm so grateful for you to giving me a chance to tell my story on this show.
Absolutely. I'm also so glad that you have joined me today. And where are you at the moment?
At the moment, I'm in Greece, going under quarantine, and I can't complain really. I must say it's really nice to be here.
Have you always been in Greece, or is it your home place?
Mostly in Cyprus, as I was born and raised there. But I'm half Greek, half Cypriot, so I always wanted to come to Greece one day and live here, which is what happened since 2004.
Chara, your story has been all about giving chances and taking chances and experiencing different opportunities. So
Yes,
it would be now
correct.
the perfect moment to, indeed, share your stories.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of some milestones in my life's journey that if they had a tagline, it would be have faith in your journey. And that's what I always use. So I'm just going to touch these three milestones because they convey really beautiful, inspiring messages that can be motivational to some people. And if there is a chance to make a change, here's the podcast for it. so yeah, I'm going to touch three milestone stories. One comes from my teenage years, and it's about believing in dreams and not losing hope. The second one is about redemption and second chances, and it was my adulthood, early adulthood. And the third part is where it brought me now, a story of how I came to be where I am currently. And it's about keeping your faith and believing in people and giving back in return. So, yeah, the first story starts from Cyprus. I was born and raised there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't complain about my years as a child. I had a very beautiful childhood. For that, my parents were working always long hours. So I was raised mainly by my grandparents. And I had I'm so grateful to them because everything, all the moral values, the ethos was taught by them, and specifically by my hero, my grandpa, who...
What's his name?
Who will be? His name was George. He died of Alzheimer's, and he's our main character and hero behind the scenes that is connecting every story. My grandpa always used to say that we can be everything we want. As long as we believe in ourselves, he told me to believe in myself and that there's nothing that I can't do and to fight for what's right. So I was raised in a very beautiful family and everything was fine and the childhood was amazing, but my teenage years were really hard. I was a lonely child, and when I was around 14, 15 years old, that's when my world started to fall apart, when my parents went through their divorce phase. It was hard for me to go through this phase of my life. And what was harder was that I was in a very vulnerable state from what was happening at home. I also had to deal with some of bullying at school during high school.
How did you experience this period? Because it must have been really hard and you had your grandparents to turn to, but what happened?
Thank God I had my grandfather who always reminded me to believe in myself because I went through a lot of moments of depression and self-doubt, not only through bullying, but through also some other people within my family that I as a child wanted to find comfort through them believing in me, but I didn't see that. I felt sometimes rejection I found myself like really loving art and creativity, and I wanted to follow. I used to write songs, dance. But I really wanted to become an actress or a filmmaker, because not because I wanted to be in the force scene, but because it was my way of taking a healing journey through expression and escaping reality. By entering different worlds, by just creating. My dad had left home for
Oh,
the third time, and I found myself in a really difficult period where we didn't even have money to go to the supermarket with my mom, and we didn't let other people know, so we had to go through it together. And I found myself doing two jobs. I was working at the mall,
how
trying to
old were
sell
you?
the records.
Oh,
Around 16, around
that's
16. And during the weekends, I was working, I was singing at a restaurant, which really helped me. I mean, it wasn't like a second job, it was more like a healing session.
exactly a chance to express yourself. But indeed, you had such a love for arts, and that was still in
Hmm.
the back of your mind. But did you manage to turn it into reality despite all people trying to press you down?
Yes, I did. And it was actually, it happened by chance, this thing, but it made me realize, and I want to convey that to other people, that we should believe in our dreams and that life brings it so at some point that it will help you, it will give you chances to make your dreams come true out of the blue when you least expect it. I went to Berlin during that summer. I told mom that I love her, but I just need to take a break. I know I'm only 16. I was taking German classes, so I saw that they were offering a student exchange for summer, that period. And I took the chance and I went to Berlin for completely different reasons. And one day, I came from Cyprus, where it's just a small island. I mean, you don't have, I didn't even know how to buy a train ticket. One day, I was walking down the street trying to go back home, and I had the earpieces listening to
Yeah.
music, and I heard a voice so loud, louder than the music I had in my ears. And I stopped to see what was happening. And there was a lady out of the blue that was asking me to give her some time to have a coffee together nearby. And as she was my neighbor and all this, and I was like, I was really suspicious. I was only
Yeah,
16. That they told me not to speak to strangers when I was back home, just like that.
that's the one
So I
thing,
was like,
right?
after 10 minutes that she was insisting just to listen to her, and I went for that coffee, and it changed my life because she saw me in the street. She was a casting director, and she told me that they were looking for people for Lou Reed's new video clip remake
And
for MTV Europe. Been given a chance I mean, 16 teenager for MTV, out of the blue, with nothing being attached behind it. I mean, it was a huge chance, and it really, really helped me believe again in myself and my dreams. And again, the words of my grandpa, that really there's nothing we can't do. We
yeah.
just need to keep our faith, keep believing in our dreams, work for it, and it will come to you at the end of the day.
Did you pursue acting later on?
I came back from Cyprus, and I know I went back to Cyprus, and they did offer me further job opportunities from that company. But I knew that I tried to pursue acting in Greece because I know I had to finish high school.
Hmm?
It was the last year in high school. I had to finish school there, graduate, and decide what I wanted to do with my life. I know that after what happened at home and in general, life brings instabilities and you need to pay the bill somehow. So I decided to go to university
Yeah.
and go to Greece, because at that moment, something made it easier for me to decide that. I had met the first love of my life.
Oh,
I had the first relationship, and it was mutual. The feelings were mutual. How this story turned out wasn't the most pleasant way. So I had to go to Greece to see that person was in Greece, my relationship. And I was anxious to go there, finish my exams, go to university there, and start our life together. And I finished with my exams, and a bit before I got the results, it was like November, and I was going to get the results in December.
Yeah.
Um, I he had a twin brother, and it was his name's day on the 8th of November. And we spoke on the phone, and he told me that he loves me and he's gonna call me once he arrives at the party for me to be able to wish his brother, happy name day and
Yeah.
everything. But he never did. He never did, and that was because he wasn't with us anymore. Um, it was 9 o'clock at night. I waited until 9:30. He had to go like 5 minutes away. And it was after 10 that his twin brother called me and told me about the accident. He was on his bike, and there was a guy on the opposite current of the street that went in his current, and he was driving under the influence, the other guy. So he hit him. So even though he was wearing, protection and everything, it was meant to be. And I remember that I was shattered to pieces, because when something happens so, out of the blue and violently, it's just, it was a big lesson. It took a lot of time to heal. It took a lot of time for
Yeah.
me to open up again, and I know I had to be strong. Life goes on, and it's all about how we hit brick walls in life, but it's always how you react to it. I just want to say that at this moment, because I don't want to say just a story for me. If someone is listening that went through the same thing or might be going through the same thing, it's important to leave some messages every now and then to remind some things. So it, we are never alone. There's always going to be, through friends, through people who see you, who truly love you for who you are. You can be loved again if you're open to receive love and give love. And this is very healing when you have support. In order to make a new beginning, a new beginning always requires an ending, and the end comes when you are willing to take first steps forward and just make a change. So I decided to make that change in honor of this person. And what happened is that after I finished university, I managed to go into film school. And when I was finishing film school, we were asked by our professor to prepare our final project for submission, which would be to create a short film. I decided that I really had something to say, and I decided to make a movie, a short film about this. I didn't present the story from the perspective of my relationship and the loss, but from the point of view of the perpetrator.
Why did you decide to portray it like that?
Because as my grandpa was saying, everyone deserves to be seen. And this person, it was a bad moment that, how many times a lot of us just drink a bit more and go drive, this is what happened to that guy. And I'm not saying that it's okay for no reason. It's okay. We should be responsible. But I knew that from after I spent some time with him, because he came back to our lives, to my life and the twin brother's life, he ended up saving the life of the twin brother in something that was critical without him having anything to gain in return. It was, if you saw how much he just wanted a second chance and to be forgiven. That's why I decided that I need to do this story from his point of view, because everyone deserves a second chance and to be seen when they really mean it and they're trying to make a change. And this is where my redemption came. It came from breaking free from what was limiting me, my traumas, but it came through acceptance and forgiveness. Let's keep a message from this story as well, not to do not judge anyone without a trial.
Going back to the words of your grandpa, like you said, everybody also
Yes.
deserves a second chance.
My grandfather was saying also that we're all going to end up in a box, right? And we're not going to be able to take anything with us, materialistic. The only thing that stays are the beautiful memories we create, and anything good we leave behind, right? So if you can make a change help uplift others, support them, make it a cause in your life, because just before we close our eyes, those are the things that are going to be more meaningful.
You helped now one person to redeem himself. You gave him the chance through your film, but before somebody gave to you a chance to change your life. And do you also had a few other occasions in your life in which you could really practice this giving and taking of chances?
Someone actually gave me a chance. So
When was
after
that?
this whole, that was actually the story that brought me here where I am today and for what I'm doing today. I was working a lot in marketing, film productions, as cast, as crew sometimes, generally entertainment business and media. And my career was going really well. And it was then that a shift happened again, with the financial crisis in Greece.
All right, yeah.
We ran out of jobs. I mean, basic salary was like 600 euro for like 7 days or 6 days a week, working long hours. And it wouldn't pay the bills. I knew that if I went back to Cyprus back then, I was going to be like really, I would have a job and everything, and my salary would be amazing. But I chose to stay here because it's where I built my life here, right? I ended up working at supposedly as a manager of a new restaurant, and
Okay.
I ended up doing everything there but that. I had to take the orders, be the waitress, wash the dishes, wash a lot of dishes, and which is okay. I mean, every job is a pride, you know, but it wasn't where I wanted to be in my life. It needed to happen to take me to the next stage, the next phase of my life. And it also taught me what happiness really was. Someone saw me there. Someone saw me, someone who was coming, a customer. And, he was coming during his lunch breaks and he saw me working there and washing dishes. And he would see me more often. And he was like, why do the people here in Greece, the kids, get their degrees and they never have a chance to do something that matters? Everyone deserves a chance. I wish I could do something, etc. And one day I was ready to go back in Cyprus. I've had enough. I decided to make the move because I couldn't anymore. Just when I was saying goodbye to my friends, that the phone rang. And this guy heard about the job opportunity that I never expected in a big company. And he told me that I should go for the interview. He didn't have the option to actually, do something about it, of course. But he told me it's an interview and I should go. And it was for a secretarial position. And I was like, why should I go into a secretarial position when I'm trying to actually, upgrade my CV and everything? And he told me, okay, then stay there and wash the dishes.
Did you take the
So
chance?
I took the chance because I said to myself that happiness, and sorry, it's everything how you react to things. Either you stay somewhere and you start whining, or you create opportunities. In life,
Really?
we need to create opportunities whenever we can and move forward. So in that company, I went in the secretarial position. We didn't even have an HR. No one ever noticed me. I thought that I would never be able to climb the ladder until one day the HR came and my business partner, Natalie, the one we're together in Nuit now, she was at a creative technology company and they were looking for marketing. And the HR gave her my CV. She asked about me and she also asked her, why do you have this one sitting here? But the point is that someone saw me again. I was seen. I was seen. I was given a chance. There's always a reason. I was washing dishes. I was given a chance to go where I could, evolve. And from the secretarial position, I managed to be where I am today. It's very important. It's how I'd like to close these stories. So I had the chance through this company because I'm a few years there now, not Nuit, our app, but the company I was working until recently. I had the chance to do some things that other people might didn't have the chance, or it's just thoughts. I had the opportunity to be on luxury yachts, a lot of times, fly with a private plane, see life in the biggest opportunity possible. You know what I realized, that happiness is a matter of perspective, and it's a state of mind. Because I realized what happiness is when I was washing the dishes back at the restaurant, because at the end of the day, it's everything that money cannot buy. It's being grateful about the beautiful things that can give you, comfort and peace. And it's about sharing valuable moments that money cannot buy. It has to do with having friends, people to support you, people who love you. It's being seen, being loved for who you are. Then my final message for my stories, is that every now and then in life, we hit a brick wall, but it's all about how we react to it. And if there is a way not to allow for other people to hit that wall, if we can help them overcome and support them, this is what's all about. And I want to convey some messages. Just stay positive. There's nothing we can't do. Just, you are going to be seen. It's just as dark as it gets before the dawn, and there's always a restart button, and it has to do with you.
What would you say to your grandpa if you would be able to meet him again after you have learned so much from him?
A little bit before he died, when everyone was trying for him to remember me because he didn't remember who I was, he after he was pressed to remember me, and he got frustrated. Although he didn't understand anything, he took, at the moment that we were alone, he took his my head in my forehead, he kissed me, and he told me, "I know I love you." So I know that people always remember how you make them feel, and I will tell them that I know he loves me, and thank you because he saved me. And I hope he's proud, because through his words, I'm trying to save other people, save myself and save other people, and pay it forward.
That is really, really beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chara.
Thank you very much.
This was Chara's story. Chara's life has been a flow of giving and taking chances, which led to changing her life and the life of others. She has been given the chance to become an actress and to start on a job she wouldn't have applied for otherwise. And at the same time, she gave the chance to redeem himself to the perpetrator of the accident that took her first love's life away. These events reinforced her idea that everybody deserves a second chance at life. This was the end of this episode. Have you ever had the chance to change your life, or do you know anybody who has? Please get in touch with us and leave a comment here below. And if you have enjoyed this episode, do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and see you next time. Give me a chance, on your screen and in your ears.